Well, we do want to get right back to our team coverage this morning of the U.S. Senate candidates in that race for Texas, because what happens today will determine who faces off in the general election, and it ultimately could influence the balance of power in Washington.
So let's get a national perspective on this race. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us live this morning from Austin. Ed, you've been speaking to the Republican candidates ahead of Election Day, and so we want you to put this into perspective for us. What does this race mean to the entire nation?
Well, it's not just your Senate contest, but all those House races across the country. You've been talking about District 33, for example, there in the DFW. The redraw that was done at the request of the president is part of what could determine the balance of power in Washington next year, but also this Senate race. You're having one of the last great sort of, if you will, civil wars among Republicans in this state over what does it mean to be a member of the Republican Party? Who is Republican enough to represent the state? That's why John Cornyn has drawn those two challengers. Ken Paxton, of course, the Attorney General, and Wesley Hunt, the Congressman from Houston. And they're having the kind of disagreement that we've seen across the country among Republicans in so many different ways over the last several years, but never really in Texas in this big way. Cornyn, of course, warning that if either of his opponents prevails, the general election could become a real contest in this state for the first time in more than 30 years. The Democrats, of course, are looking at James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett and believe they may have a shot.
Okay, so let's talk about that side of the ticket for a moment. The Democrats in the race, James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett. The last time that a Democrat was elected to the Senate for Texas was 1988. So what do each of these candidates bring to the primary race and potentially the general election if they are chosen as the Democratic candidate?
Every time I hear that stat, 1988, I think about the fact I was 5 years old. I think there are a lot of Texans who were pretty young, if not even alive yet, which shows you the uphill climb Democrats have. Look, they agree on so many things in terms of the issues, right? Whether it's the economy, immigration, how to deal with the president. It's all about their approach. Congresswoman Crockett, who you all know well in the DFW, someone who has gone to combat, in essence, up on Capitol Hill with Republicans and believes that that's the way Democrats need to be behaving in this Trump era. James Tallarico prefers extending a hand. You're going to win in Texas, you've got to have crossover appeal and draw voters from the other side in order to win. And mathematically, that may be the case. We'll see. Important, as you guys were mentioning earlier, while we're likely to could see a runoff in that three-way Republican race, it is technically a three-way race on the Democratic side. It's just the two at the top have been drawing so much more support. But as you guys know, you don't get 50% plus one. We're back here in late May for more.
Right. Ed, thank you so much. Again, a very important election for us. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.